Hi, everybody. Siobhan here. I'm very excited to be bringing you a 30-minute Vinyasa class today. We will dive deep into breath and movement with this efficient and fun class. We'll work together to just create one long sequence to get you out of your head and into your physical body, one breath at a time. It's not required, but if needed, you can have a yoga block close by to use throughout the class. Let's go ahead and get started. Come to your mat and come to the ground, finding a child's pose to begin. Bring your big toes to touch, let your knees open up a little bit wider than hips width, and then reach your arms forward towards the front of your mat. Right away in this first position, come into your breath. Notice your inhales and your exhales. And build an ujjayi breath, closing off your mouth and breathing in and out through your nose. Keep coming back to this breath as we shift positions and transition from pose to pose. First little shift, walk the hands over to the right side of the room. Be like one hand print, a couple hand prints. And deepen your breath into the left side of your body. Take 2 more really deep breaths right here. Begin to walk your hands through the middle and all the way on over to the other side. Again, some attention around your breath. Take just one more really big breath in and a nice long breath out. Walk your hands back to the middle of your space and rise up to all fours. So come to your hands and your knees. Take little movements just right to left at first, wagging the hips side to side, moving your head back and forth, and even circling out the shoulders a little bit. And come to a neutral spine, and we'll travel through a couple cat-cow tilts, really moving with breath. So inhale, draw your shoulders back, lift your chin up for a cow pose. And exhale, draw your chin in towards your chest, press down through your hands up into a cat pose. 2 more times like that. Big breath in and a big breath out. Follow your inhale, lift up your chin, shoulders back, tailbone lifts. And exhale, chin in towards the chest, shoulder blades spread, and tailbone lengthens. Come to neutral in your spine and reach your right arm all the way on up towards the sky, opening your chest to the right side of your mat. Take a big breath in as you gaze up towards your thumb. And exhale, bring that arm under and over to the left side of the room. So you can just thread your needle, resting your right shoulder, your right ear, all the way down to your mat. Options here to just explore this twist by maybe walking the left hand to the front of your mat, pop up onto just your fingertips on that hand, and draw your left shoulder down your upper back. If you can reach a little bit longer with that left hand. Now walk your left hand back in towards your face, ground down into it, and reach your right arm all the way on up towards the sky again. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower your right hand down to the floor. Come right back to all fours. And we'll try the other side. Left arm reaches, big inhale as you look up towards the thumb. And exhale, bring it under and over, resting the left shoulder down and your left ear all the way down to the floor. Crawl the right hand forward if you did it on the other side. And lift up just the palms, you're like right on the fingertips, and soften your right shoulder away from your ear. Bring your right hand back in towards your face, press into it, and reach your left arm all the way back up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down to the ground. Walk your hands one handprint out in front of you. Tuck your toes under, back behind you. Lift up your knees and lift up and back to downward facing dog. Pedal out the feet a few times here. Just kind of awaken the whole body with any little shifts, any kind of movements back and forth, and circle out your head as you find this first inversion. And pause in your downward facing dog. Reconnect with your breath. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Take a slow breath and come forward to a high plank pose. Shoulders come right over your wrists. Strengthen your arms, strengthen your legs. Draw your low belly in and up. Take an inhale at the top of this plank pose. Downward facing dog as you exhale. We'll just do that a couple of times. Really move with your breath here. Inhale all the way forward to high plank. Exhale up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward, high plank pose. Exhale, lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Deep breath in as you shift forward one more time to high plank. And slowly exhale all the way on down to the floor, bending your elbows, releasing your belly, your chest, the fronts of your legs. Walk your hands just a little bit backwards and come to a baby cobra pose here. On a breath in, lift up your chest, lift up your head, and exhale, release back down to the ground. Again, like that. Inhale, lift up, let the upper body get a little bit lighter. And exhale, breath brings you back down to the ground. Inhale, last time, lift up to a cobra pose. If you're ready for up dog, you're welcome to come into that as well. And exhale, make your way back to downward facing dog, lifting the hips high to the sky. Draw your heels back and down, stretch out the backs of your legs, spread your fingers out wide. Let's get ready for a couple sunnies here together. So empty out whatever breath you have in your body. Breathe in, lift your heels up towards the sky. Exhale, big bend in the knees, look to the thumbs, jump, step, or walk to the front of your mat. Halfway lift up and take a big breath in. And exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, rise all the way on up to standing, reach and lift your arms over your head. Exhale, draw your hands right into heart center. Inhale, take the arms all the way back up. Exhale, fold forward and down. Halfway lift, big breath in. Plant the palms, high plank, step the feet back. Just pause at the top of the plank. Shift a little forwards. You're on your tippy toes, shoulders hover over the fingers. And bend your elbows and lower halfway down to Chaturanga or all the way down to the floor. Inhale, rise up to upward facing dog or cobra pose if you're working right from the ground. And make your way up and back to downward facing dog, lifting the hips high in the air. So as we move through these sunnies, a couple options to just use your knees as you come through that Chaturanga, lower all the way down to the ground, or you can definitely skip them and just make your way up and back to downward facing dog, just depending on how your body feels, and definitely keep checking in on the breath. If that seems to kind of drift away from you, just take an extra moment to reset. And we'll do that here. So big breath in and a long breath out. Inhale, rise to your toes. Exhale and bend your knees. Jump or step forward, top of your mat. Halfway lift, take an inhale. And fold forward and down, exhale. Inhale all the way on up to standing. Reach tall. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Soften the shoulders down your back. Take a breath as you stretch the arms back up. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift up. And Chaturanga Dandasana, step the feet backwards or jump right back to bent elbows. Inhale, upward facing dog, shoulders back. And downward facing dog, lift the hips up and back, draw your low belly back and in. Really connect with your core muscles there and even follow the breath. On your exhale, feel a little tone and a lift of your low belly. And just keep that nice engagement so we can travel lightly through one more Sane. Inhale, rise to the toes. Exhale and bend your knees. Jump or step all the way forward to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, take a breath. Fold forward and empty the breath. Inhale up to standing. Press down through your feet as you lift your arms. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, take the arms all the way back up. Big stretch. Exhale, fold forward and down. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. High plank to Chaturanga or jump right back into it. Inhale, upward facing dog. And breathe out, downward facing dog. Walk your feet just a little closer together at the back of your mat. Reach and lift your right leg all the way on up towards the sky from there. Take a breath in as you reach it up one more inch. And exhale, bring your right knee to your right upper arm. Hold it up and in, draw it up higher one more inch. And lightly step it forward and down for warrior one. Turn the left back heel down to the ground. Widen your stance a little bit right to left. And rise all the way on up to standing. 2 breaths right here. Reach tall out of your fingertips. And ground down into your feet as you exhale. Inhale, curl your heart up towards your chin, a little bit higher. And exhale, lower your hands to the ground. Find a high plank pose, and then you choose a Chaturanga or just right up and back to down dog. Follow the breath in to an upward facing dog. Then exhale all the way up and back to down dog. And just right onto the left side. Lift and reach your left leg up towards the sky. And bring the left knee to your left upper arm, right above the elbow and even up towards your armpit if you can get a little higher. And really lightly step the foot forward. Warrior one, turn the right back heel down. Widen your stance a bit right to left and reach your arms up towards the ceiling. Two more really intentional breaths here. Inhale through your nose. And exhale all the way out. Inhale. Exhale, lower the hands down, high plank to Chaturanga, flow right through. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, rise to the toes. Exhale, bend your knees and jump or step all the way forward. Halfway lift, take a breath and fold forward and down, exhale. Utkatasana chair pose, bend your knees and lift your arms. And exhale, fold forward and down over the legs. Halfway lift, take a breath. And high plank to Chaturanga, step or walk the feet or jump them right backwards. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, take a breath in. Right knee forward, right foot down. Warrior one, rise all the way up on a breath in. Exhale, lower the hands, Chaturanga or downward facing dog. Inhale, flow to an up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg up, big breath in. Exhale, left knee forward and lightly step the foot down. Rise up, warrior one, inhale. Exhale, hands to the ground, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Lift up your chest, your head, your heart. And exhale, ground down into the hands. Lift your hips up and back, downward facing dog. One more time through a sun salutation B together. Take a big breath in this down dog. And empty the breath out. Fill up as you lift your heels, strengthen your arms, bend your knees, look to your thumbs, hop, walk, or step forward to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, take a breath. Fold back down, empty out. Chair pose, just one breath in, sit low, reach high, inhale. Exhale, fold forward and down. Halfway lift, we'll take a breath. High plank to Chaturanga, step walk or jump the feet back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right foot steps, warrior one, rise all the way on up, deep breath in. Exhale, lower the hands, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Left foot steps, warrior one, rise up, inhale. Exhale, lower the hands, Chaturanga, carefully lower down. Inhale, lift up, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, start to walk your hands back towards your feet, the back of your mat. Take a moment here for a forward fold, hooking your peace sign fingers around your big toes. If that's too much on the legs, lower body, grab hold of either elbow in this forward fold. Bring breath back to the top of your mind. Even as we find a still position here, keep flowing with your breath. Let it move in and out through your nose. And see if you connect it with parts of your body. Inhale, lengthen out your spine. Exhale, fold forward and down. Inhale, reach your sit bones up towards the ceiling. Exhale, ground down into your feet. Take another big breath in. And a nice long breath out. Release the fingers from around the toes. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold forward and down. Walk your hands to the top of your mat, coming right into downward facing dog. Feel some length in the backs of your legs after that forward fold. Keep trying to reach your heels back down and slightly apart, and extend your sit bones up towards the sky. Reach your right leg all the way up and back. Take a big breath in and bend your right knee and lift your right hip high. Make sure that left heel doesn't sway over to the left. Really actively press out through the big toe ball mound and your heel on your right lifted foot. And square off your hips and straighten your right leg out long while still pressing out through the heel and the ball of that foot. So you're really actively lifting that leg. Take a breath in and bring the right knee forward, up and in towards your nose. And at the same time, draw your nose back in towards your knee. Really curl into that. Press down through your hands, step the right foot forward and rise up to high crescent lunge. Left heel is lifted, that back left knee is up off the ground, and you're really lifting that left thigh bone as you draw your right hip back in space. Inhale, reach the arms a little bit taller, and exhale, interlace your hands back behind you at your lower back, or grab for either elbow for just a little bit gentler of a bind. Take a breath to draw the shoulder heads back and down, even a little lift of your chin away from your chest. And exhale, start to just fold halfway over your right front thigh, not coming too low. Kind of like you're just hovering in space, and draw the left heel back, draw your low belly back and in, get your core to fire here. And take off to warrior three, keeping the bind. If the bind doesn't feel all right, release it and find an airplane pose with either arm alongside your body. Lift up from the left inner heel. Try to keep that left hip in line with the right hip. One more big breath. And release the hands to the ground for standing splits. Here is where a block can be helpful if the floor feels far away from you. Or just release the fingers to the ground, or wrap your hands around your right ankle for a bind. One more breath in as you stretch that top leg high. Exhale, light landing, high crescent lunge, step the left foot down and back. Rise up, reach your arms all the way up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Turn the left heel down to the ground. Stretch the arms front to back and soften the shoulders down your upper back. Flip your right palm up towards the sky. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Exhale, come right back into warrior two. Move with your breath here. Reverse your warrior. Inhale. Exhale back to warrior two. Reverse your warrior one more time. Inhale. Exhale, flow to extended side angle. So lower your forearm down on top of the thigh. It's just kind of a first little option for the pose, or release your hand to a block or the floor inside your right front foot. Reach your left arm up in the air or over your left ear to the front of the room. 2 more breaths right here. Really build the breath as you hover in this pose. Ground down through your feet and strong breath in, rise up and back, reversing your warrior one more time. Now straighten the right leg out, reach out a little bit longer through that right arm and come into triangle pose from there. So tip the right arm forward, reach the hips backwards, lengthen out the sides of the waist and lower your right hand down close to the ground on a block or the floor, and left arm reaches right up towards the sky. Catch your breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Lengthen out your spine on an inhale. Exhale, turn the right ribs up towards the left. One more big inhale. Now just carefully lower your left hand on down to the ground. Lower your right hand down. High plank pose. Take a breath in. And exhale, Chaturanga, lowering halfway down or all the way. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job, you guys. Just have the left side here together. Left leg goes high. Take a breath. Bend your left knee and lift your left hip up. Press out through the big toe mound and your left heel. So you're really like using the whole leg there. And imagine it's like an extension of your core. Now straighten that left leg out. Square off your hips. Take an inhale. Bring the left knee forward in towards your nose and draw your nose back in towards your knee. Lift the knee up 1 more inch higher. Press the ground away underneath the palms. High crescent lunge. Step the left foot forward. Rise up to standing. Square the hips forward, press your right heel back in space, and draw your left hip 1 more inch back. Interlace your hands at your low back. Go for the non-habitual bind on this side, so the one that you have not already done, or grab for either elbow once again. Take a breath, just squeeze the shoulder blades back and down, then lift the chin up, find like a tiny little back bend in the upper body. Exhale, fold halfway over the left front leg. Draw the left hip a little back, reach out through your right heel, and take off warrior 3. Step forward on that left foot. A little bend in the knee can be helpful. And even if you lift up for just like 1 second, catching a balance, that still counts. And if you fall out of it, just come right back into it. Transition from a standing pose to a balancing pose is often a little shaky and wobbly for most people. I know you've been here for a moment, so take 1 more inhale. And exhale, release the hands to the ground, standing splits. So this side might feel just a little bit different than the other side. Take a moment there to catch your breath. One more inhale. And exhale, big step back with the right foot, high crescent lunge, rise back up to standing, open it up to warrior 2, pivot the right back heel down, deepen the bend in the left knee, soften your shoulders down your upper back. Flip your left palm up, reverse your warrior, inhale. Exhale, come back into warrior 2, maybe sit just a little deeper in the front knee. Flip the left palm, again, reverse your warrior, inhale. Exhale, come right back, warrior 2. Last time, reversing your warrior, inhale fully and deeply. Exhale to extended side angle, lowering the forearm down or hand down. And that top arm can reach up towards the sky or over the right ear. Some opening and lifting in this position. I know gravity is a big, big force as we start to fold and kind of take our body into these different shapes. So really try and resist gravity using your breath to lift and lengthen the sides of your body. And exhale to turn and try and reach up towards the top arm. Do that again. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, left ribs turn up towards the right. Really press down through the feet, and with a big breath in, come up to standing, reverse your warrior. Left arm goes up and over the left ear. Straighten your left knee out, reversing a triangle here. Then tip forward into triangle pose, reaching the left arm forward and down. Guide the hips a little bit backwards and reach the right arm up in the air. Broaden across your collarbones. You can even turn your gaze up towards your top hand. So you're encouraging the kind of upward lifting expression in this position. Use your breath. Come back to it again and again and again. Deep breath in and a long breath out again. Inhale really full all the way up. Exhale, lower your right hand down, high plank, left foot back to meet your right foot, Chaturanga, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Now we're going to move through that one more time together, just one breath, one movement on each side. Think of it more as a breathing exercise than getting everything right here. Really try and work with your breath. So if you're ahead of me or behind me, that is totally fine. You can kind of pause this and also find your breath in each position and then reset it, replay right when you're ready. Okay, lift your right leg up and back. Take a breath in. Bend your right knee and lift your right hip. Exhale. Square off and straighten out. Inhale. Bring the right knee forward in towards your nose and step it down. High crescent lunge. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, interlace your hands back behind you. Take a breath as you lift up your chest. Exhale, fold halfway over the right front leg and then take off warrior three, lifting the back left leg up to hip height. Inhale, catch your balance. Exhale, lower the hands down, standing split, pausing here, walking the hands maybe in towards your right ankle or placing the palms all the way down on the ground for a couple little handstand hops. If you're just interested, curious, and trying, you can bend your bottom right knee to get the hands to plant. Lift up onto the ball of your right foot. And lean a little bit forward into the palms and try kicking up your right heel in towards your seat. Find standing splits again from wherever you are. Then big step back with the left foot, high crescent lunge. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, open it up to warrior two. Flip your right palm just one time, reverse your warrior, deep breath in. Exhale into extended side angle. Inhale all the way up and back, straighten your right leg out, reverse a triangle. And exhale into Utthita Trikonasana triangle pose. Lower the right hand down, left arm reaches, big inhale. Exhale, lower the left hand down, Vinyasa, Chaturanga, Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath between sides. And exhale out. Inhale, lift your left leg up. Bend your left knee and lift your left hip high. Inhale, square off, straighten out. Exhale, bring your left knee forward in towards your nose. Step it light, high crescent lunge, rise up, inhale. Exhale, bind the hands at the low back. Inhale, open up across your chest. Exhale, tip forward over the left thigh and take off warrior three. Catch a breath in this balance, deep inhale. Exhale, lower the hands to the ground for standing splits, a couple of those handstand hops, or a bind around the ankle with the hands. 2 more breaths right here. Let the head hang heavy. Draw your low belly back and in to maybe fold just a little bit deeper. And use that core, use your core muscles as you take a big step back with your right foot so you can land really lightly back into high crescent lunge. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, open up to warrior two, ground down through your feet. Flip your left palm, reverse your warrior, deep breath in. Exhale into extended side angle. Come up and back, reverse, straighten your left knee out. And exhale, come forward and down, triangle pose. Inhale, reach out through that top arm. Exhale, lower your right hand down, high plank to Chaturanga or high plank to down dog. Meet me in downward facing dog here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good job, you guys. Now, if you have a little bit more time and you want to move through that one more time on your own, you are welcome to. You can just pause this and then press play when you're ready to move together again. We'll start to cool down from here. So start to lift the heels up towards the ceiling. Bend your knees. Exhale. Jump or step all the way forward. Take a halfway lift and breathe in. And fold back down as you breathe out. Come all the way down to the floor. Come to a seated position. And stretch your right leg out to the front of your mat. Bend your left knee and step your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Set up here for Shavasana. So reach the arms all the way on up towards the ceiling and turn to face your right long leg. Take a breath in and find length in your spine. And exhale, fold forward and down over that right leg. There's even like a little twist of the left side of your waist over towards the right knee. And you can really use the breath even as we hold it in a forward fold. So every inhale can find length in your spine, length in the sides of your waist, or even a little bit of length in the breath. And exhale can draw you deeper into the pose, just deeper into yourself, maybe closing down the eyes. More time, dive deep into the breath, inhale, and exhale. Inhale and sit up tall and switch out the legs. Stretch the left leg out, bend your right knee and set the foot to the inside of your left thigh. Turn a little towards the left leg. Take a breath in as you lift and reach the arms. And exhale, fold forward over your left thigh. Turn the right side over towards your left knee. Cultivate breath right here. By really placing our awareness on our breath and kind of the physical part of our practice right here, we're able to clear out anything else that might be happening. And it becomes just a little bit easier to tap into the power of your breath off of your mat. So practice it one more time here. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, come all the way back up to a seat. Stretch both of the legs out long. And long can have a little bit of bend in the knee. So just do what feels right for your hamstrings and your low back here. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward and down. Reach for your ankles, maybe your outer shins, or even your feet. Inhale, lengthen your heart forward towards your toes and scoot your seat a little bit back. And exhale, dive forward into the legs. Chin in towards your chest. Close down your eyes here. Big breath in to the backside of your ribs. And a big breath out. Inhale, rise all the way back up to a seat. Release the hands to the ground behind you. Fingers forward or backward. Just do what feels right for the wrists here. Bend your knees, separate them about hips width distance, reverse table. Lift up your hips. Chin can be right in towards the chest, or you can release your head towards the back of the room, letting your throat and your neck stretch out. And even shift around a little bit side to side. Try and lift your belly button and like the front of your body 1 more inch higher. 1 more breath in. Exhale, lower your seat down to the ground. Stretch the legs forward and reach your arms at shoulder height to the front of your mat. Carefully, 1 vertebra at a time, lower all the way on down to the ground. Take it slow. No rush. When you get all the way down, open the arms to shoulder height. It's almost in like a T formation. And then bend your knees and walk them to the outside edges of your mat. So right foot to the right edge, left foot to the left edge. Release your knees over to the right side of the room and lift them back up through the middle and release them left. Do this a couple of times, just windshield wipering the knees right to left, releasing through your low back. Keep them over to the right and shift your gaze over to the left. Take 3 really deep breaths here. For 3. Last 2 breaths. And just one more inhale. Bring your knees up through the middle and all the way over to the left side. Again, work with your breath here. Last 2 Ujjayi breaths. And just one more. Begin to draw the knees up through the center. Wrap your hands around your shins. Lift your forehead up towards your knees. Take one last big breath in here. And exhale, release all the way on down to the floor. Set up here for Shavasana. Open the arms side to side. Let your legs relax all the way down on the floor. And let the back of your head just be supported by your mat. And we'll just rest here for a couple minutes together, and then I will guide you out of Shavasana and we will end class together. Start to bring some movement back into your fingers and your toes. And kind of wiggle them out, shake them, and start to reach your arms up and over your head and reach your legs forward. Take a really big breath as you stretch your whole body out long. And exhale, roll gently over to one side. Take a moment here in this space in between your practice and whatever's going on the rest of your day or night, just to appreciate and acknowledge coming to your mat today. Showing up for yourself so that you are better able to show up for everyone and everything else. Come all the way on up to a seat. Sit up tall. Bring your hands into your heart center. Reconnect with your breath right here. It's top of your mind, even as we unpractice. Empty out whatever breath you have. Take a big breath in together for Om. Lift your thumbs up to your forehead. And from my heart to yours, namaste.